Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, you're audible.
Thanks. Yes, thanks for confirming, guys. I hope you guys able to see my screen as well. Yesterday we have completed our very first demo, right, sir? Yesterday I have told you about, if you guys remember, demo session one. Demo session one, we have seen what is data engineering, right? I have told you what is data engineering and what is Google Cloud Platform, the course curriculum, detailed course curriculum, and one more thing, course details also. These are the four topics that we have completed yesterday, guys. Those who have missed the yesterday session, I suggest you to please connect with an admin, try to get the recording and try to watch these things, because these are very, very, very basics before we jump onto the actual course. Okay, so this will give you a very good understanding of what we are covering, how we are going to cover it, and what are the things that are required if one wanted to become a GCP data engineer. Everything that we have covered in the yesterday session, right? So today we are going to have a one more demo session, that is demo session 2. In this one, let me again tell you what is Google Cloud Platform, maybe for like 1 or 2 minutes, and after that I will try to tell you how to interact with GCP services. So how to interact with the GCP services? We have console, we have Cloud Shell, we have Cloud SDK. So these are the two things I am going to talk about. Maybe if time permits, I will talk about. Okay, that is enough, I guess. Yeah, that is enough. So these are the details. So how do we interact with the multiple services that we are going to cover? So that this is the agenda for today's session. This is the agenda for today's session. Okay, so let me gonna start with what is Google Cloud Platform, and sorry, how to interact with the multiple services in the Google Cloud Platform. With the help of these methods, let us try to understand one by one. Okay, so this is what is the main thing that we are going to cover, guys. Let us start with what is Google Cloud Platform. Tell me, guys, what is Google Cloud Platform? I think I have told you, right? Tell me, what is Google Cloud Platform, sir? Anyone? What is Google Cloud Platform? Tell me, please. Okay, let me gonna tell you. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. Similar to the AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform is also one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services, which provides you these many set of cloud computing services for the organizations to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data. So if a project wanted to store some data or create some application, deploy some application, so whatever the activities that you wanted to do it, so you have a service that is available from the Google Cloud Platform. So Google Cloud Platform is offering a wide range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud platforms. Okay, so these services are highly reliable, secure, and it also provides you the scalable infrastructure that is available throughout the world. And we have also a data centers in the New Delhi and Mumbai. Okay, so these are the two regions. Google Cloud Platform is also having the data centers in India. So This is what is a simple, in a simple words, sir, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which is offering a wide range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. And these services are highly reliable, secure, and scalable up and down as per your demand. So this is what is a Google Cloud Platform, sir. So you can able to see here these many Google Cloud Platform services are there. Sir, I am a data engineer. Sir, I am becoming a data engineer. If I wanted to interact with these GCP services, if I wanted to interact with these GCP services, sir, how to interact with the GCP services? Sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering plenty of the services. I wanted to interact with these GCP services. How do we do that? So if you wanted to interact with the GCP services, there are four methods totally. There are totally four methods are there. One is console. Second one is Cloud Shell.
Hello, sir. You are not audible.
Hey, sorry guys, I think some issue. So sorry. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, we have a first method that is console, second method that is Cloud Shell, third method that is SDK, fourth method is APIs and client libraries. APIs and client libraries. So these are the four methods one can able to interact with the GCP services. One is console, the Cloud Shell, the Cloud SDK, and the APIs and third-party tools. Okay, so let us try to see one by one and how do we interact with a simple demo session also we will try to see, so that you guys get a some understanding of each and everything. Okay, so for that one, so you don't need to take any notes guys, everything is there in the interface. So we are talking, as we have seen GCP introduction, we are talking the GCP interfaces. So everything is there in the notes, you don't need to take anything. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about now. Okay, so first we will try to see what is console. Sir, what is cloud console? Let us try to see. So cloud console is a web-based, it is a web-based graphical user interface. What is a console, sir? It is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. So if one wanted to interact with the services visually, you already know. Sir, if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, I can go to the Google Cloud Platform, which is a web-based, that means it is available over the web, and which is a graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. You can able to interact with the GCP services visually here. So for example, sir, for example, let me go to the Google Cloud Platform. So don't worry about this one guys, maybe I'll try to tell you how you can able to create a free tier account in the GCP. I'll tell you later. Okay, don't worry about this one. Free tier account, I'll try to show you today. By the end of the session, I'll try to give you one video how you can able to create a free trial account. I will show you today. Okay, free trial account creation, I will try to tell you today. Okay, will tell you today. So which is worth of 90 days with $300 in credit. Okay, $300. So this is something that I will tell you today. So don't worry about this one. For now, just focus on that you already have an account and how do you interact with the GCP services. That is what we will focus on. Free trial account creation, I will tell you later. But focus on that you already have a Google Cloud platform. So you already have a Google Cloud platform. Maybe I'll try to write it here. Don't worry. Sir, first one is Cloud Console. Sir, console is a, what is console, sir? If you ask me, sir, console is a web-based graphical user interface, sir, GUI. It is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. So how do we interact with the GCP services, sir? Here we are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So that is what. So here we are going to interact with the GCP services visually. Maybe. So if you go to the Google Cloud platform, whatever you are seeing here, this is what is available over the web. You see, sir, this is available over the web. Okay, this is available over the web. So you logged into your Google Cloud platform. The moment you logged into the Google Cloud platform, the moment whatever you see, that is a console only. So this is what is a console. So if you wanted to interact with any of the service, sir, I wanted to store some data, you go to the cloud storage and store some data. So if you wanted to store some data, you go to the cloud storage. Okay, so you see you are having a graphical user interface to list out all the buckets. So these many buckets are there. If you wanted to list out all the buckets, you are using the graphical user interface here. So if you wanted to list out the files inside this one, just click on this one so that you will be able to see the files inside it. So this entire thing we call it as a graphical user interface. Okay, a graphical user interface, you are able to interact with one of the service called cloud storage. You are interacting with one of the service called cloud storage, and you can able to list out all the buckets. You can able to list out the files inside the bucket also. So this is how you can able to do it, guys. So this is what we call it as a console. So here you are not writing any code, you are not doing anything, you simply interacting with a graphical user interface here with a visual interface method. Graphical visual interface where you are interacting with the GCP services visually. Okay, so this is what I call it as a console, sir. Console. Sir, what we can do in the console, sir, if you ask me, example, sir, what we can do? Sir, you can able to create some kind of a buckets. Sir, you can able to create buckets or manage buckets. You can create or manage buckets. Maybe I'll just say bucket, create buckets, create or manage buckets. So that means you can create the bucket, you can list out the buckets, you can delete the buckets, you can also move the files from the buckets. So all of these operations that we can able to do it. What is a bucket? We will see in our upcoming sessions. Don't worry about that. Sir, what is a bucket? Sir, how do we store the bucket? How do we list out all the buckets? So those things, don't worry about it. Just try to understand what is the capability of the console. The console is a graphical user interface which you can able to do whatever the activity that you wanted to do, whether creating some resource or whether deleting some resource. Okay, whether applying some permission to the resource. So that's the reason usually I call it as a resource. So we can able to create or manage the resources. We can also assign the roles to the resources for the permission. Okay, for the permission perspective, for the access control perspective, you can also assign the roles to these resources. Okay, so this is something that it tells you whether you if you wanted to create it, delete it, assign some kind of a permission to some other person also. So all of those things you can able to do it via console, sir. Console is a web-based graphical user interface. Console is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so that is what. Maybe I'll try to take one demo, I'll try to show you, but for now you try to understand the console is this one. Okay, similarly, you also have a second method of interacting with the GCP services. That is nothing but Cloud Shell. That is nothing but shell. So can anyone tell me what could be a Cloud Shell, guys? Can anyone guess it? What could be a Cloud Shell? Anyone?
We can access by CLI, we can say,
Correct.
the black
Correct.
window.
Correct. Sir, Cloud Shell is a web-based, again, the same thing. It is also available over the web only. So Cloud Shell is also a web-based. It is a command line interface. So CLI, we call it as command line interface. So that means if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, how do we do that, sir? We are going to interact with the GCP services via commands or some scripts. So that is what is a Cloud Shell, sir. What is a Cloud Shell? A Cloud Shell is a command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands. So you wanted to write some commands to interact with the GCP services. So that is what. So whatever the activity that you are able to do it using the console can also be done using the Cloud Shell. Can also be done using the Cloud Shell. Okay, so you can also create the resources, manage the resources with the help of the Cloud Shell also. You can assign some policies also to the resources. That is also possible. Sir, what is console? Which is a graphical user interface. What is Cloud Shell? Which is a command line user interface. Command line interface. So that is how you can able to see. So let us take a simple demo example and try to see it. Sir, the requirement I would like to show you with both of these things, that is, sir, I wanted to create a bucket. Sir, I wanted to list out buckets. List out buckets. Second one is I wanted to create a bucket using both of these methods, sir. I wanted to list out all the buckets. How many buckets are there? I wanted to list out all the buckets in the console, and I wanted to create a new bucket. I wanted to create a new bucket using the console. How do we do that? Similarly, the same activities, sir, I would like to do the same thing with this one. Let us try to see how to do that with the help of these two different methods. With the help of these two different methods, how one can able to list out all the buckets and create a new bucket. Okay, so a simple idea you can see. Sir, for this one, we are interacting with the GCS. So how do we create a bucket? So bucket creation and everything is done in the GCS. So GCS is one of the cloud storage service. In Google Cloud Platform, you have a GCS. Sir, Google Cloud Storage is a object storage service. Okay, which is a object storage service. Object storage service. Okay, where one can able to store any amount of a data. It is a scalable system where one can able to store any amount of a data. And if one wanted to store the data, they have to create a bucket. If one wanted to store the data, they have to create a bucket. Bucket is nothing but a container, sir. Bucket is nothing but a container to store the data. So this is something that you can remember. Okay, maybe in our upcoming sessions, we are going to see Google Cloud Storage in a very, very detailed way. But at this point of time, try to understand, sir, GCS is a one of the cloud storage service, object to cloud storage service. Second one is it is scalable. That means you can able to store any amount of a data. Third one is that we are going to create a bucket to store some data. If you wanted to store some data for organizing purpose, the very first element that you have to create is a bucket. A bucket is nothing but a container to store your objects. So you have to create a bucket. So like this one. So you have to create a bucket. so that inside that you can keep the objects. So this is objects, and this is nothing but your bucket. So this is something that we have to create it. Now let us try to do that. So how do we create this bucket? How do we list out all the buckets using the console and Cloud Shell? Let us try to see. So here you are. Let me gonna give you a small tour here. Sir, what is this one? What are these options? If you want me to ask, if you ask me, I'm gonna show you these options one by one. So the moment you enter into the Google Cloud platform, you have this many options are there. You see, I'm just telling you in the snipping tool, you look at here. So the moment you enter here, so the very first option is this is your left navigation menu. What is this one, sir? This is your left navigation menu, sir. A left navigation menu where you can able to see all the product and services that is available or offered by the Google Cloud platform. All the products and services, if you wanted to list out, okay, you can go to the hamburger menu or a left navigation menu to list out all of those products and solutions. Similarly, the next option that we have here is this one, sir. That is project area. I usually call this as a project area. So this is my project area where if I wanted to create one project, or if I wanted to delete one project, or if I wanted to select the existing project, I have to go to the project area. I have to go to the project area. So this is where we have the project area. Okay, what is a project? Resource container. All the resources are limited to the project only. So that we will see in our upcoming sessions. Don't worry about it. But try to understand, sir, project is something that is very much important if you wanted to interact with any services. Okay, yeah. And here you have a search box. If one wanted to search for any of the service, they can go to this particular search box. This is what is your search box. Where if I wanted to interact with one of the service, you can go to this service and interact with it. So that is possible. And one more thing, here you have a Gemini UI. Gemini. So if you wanted to, chat with the Gemini, you can able to just click on this one, and it is free for all the GCP users. So one can able to go to this Gemini and they can able to chat with it if you have any questions, or if you need any problem, or if you want some kind of a help or assist, you can ask Gemini. So Gemini will help you to do that. It is similar to the chat GPT. And here you have a trial status button, a reward status button also you can call. What is this one, sir? So this one tell you how many amount of resources. So this one tell you how many amount of a free credits left in your trial account. How many amount of credits left in your free trial account. So this will tell you, sir, how many days, how many free trial credits left. So that it will tell you. And the third or fourth option here, that is Cloud Shell button. So this is what I call it as a Cloud Shell button, guys. So this is what is your Cloud Shell button. In the Cloud Shell button, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands, right? We have seen command line tool, command line interface. What is Cloud Shell, sir? Command line interface to interact with the GCP services. Sir, where that is available, if you ask me, this is here. So this is what is a Cloud Shell terminal, where one can able to interact with the GCP services via command. So this is what is the option here. And after that you have some notifications. So if you are doing any activity, the notifications will come into the picture here. So here you have notification and some project settings and user settings. Some project settings and user settings, that is finally. Okay, so this is all about your small tour towards our Google Cloud Platform homepage. This is our home page, a small tour. I just wanted to give you a different options so that you will not be unknown now. If I say a reward status button, you can directly go here, isn't it? So now if I say a project area, you can go to the project area. Now if I say the hamburger menu, you can go here. So that's how the same thing, hamburger menu will list out all the products and services. Project area. You can able to create a new project and select the existing project also. And you can see here search box is there. So you have a search box here to search any of the service. Here you have a Gemini. Here you have a trial status button. See, I have total 25,000 is there for 77 days. And here you have a Cloud Shell button. You see Cloud Shell button. We are going to activate it. So here notifications. So if you are doing any activity, deleting something, creating something, you will be able to see the notification here. And these are the project settings and user settings. Okay, so this is how. Why did I tell you? Sir, now I wanted to interact with one of the service called cloud storage. Sir, what is cloud storage? Google Cloud Storage is an object storage service. Sir, I have to create the bucket. So to create the bucket using the console, how do we do it? We are going to understand it now. Sir, to create a bucket using the console, how do we do it? We are understanding. So to do that and list out the buckets for that one, so using the graphical user interface, you can search with the cloud storage. Here one method. Or you can go here left navigation menu. You can click on cloud storage here. This is also fine. Here also you have a cloud storage, or you can also search for it. Searching is easy all the time. So just click on this one. So this is how, sir, I'm planning to interact with the cloud storage. So the very first activity, I wanted to list out all the buckets. So you can click on this one. To view all the buckets, you can click on this one. See, I am able to list out all the buckets. Click on select here. Total 6 buckets I have listed down. So in this particular project, we have total 6 buckets are there. Well and good. Sir, I wanted to create one of the bucket. I wanted to delete one of the bucket. Sir, I wanted to create one of the bucket. I wanted to delete one of the bucket. Maybe I'll try to go here. Click on create button. Click on create button. So how do you creating it? So this is a graphical option. You see, this is a graphical user interface. You are using it to create the bucket. Okay, so just click on create bucket and you have to provide the name. So it is providing you a proper graphical user interface to create with these buckets inside this GCS. So you are interacting with the GCS to create the bucket now. So how do you interact with it? Graphical user interface. Now let me provide some name. We will say test bucket using the console. Just try to provide the bucket name maybe, or maybe I can say test bucket. Okay, yeah, test bucket 1. Okay, so test bucket 1. So I would say this is 8 p.m. 7 p.m. right, or 8 p.m. 8:00 I would say. So this is a bucket name I'm creating, sir. Test bucket name. Let me also say console. It will be easy. Console 100. So to recognize our bucket name, it is 100. Okay. Now I am giving a proper name to my bucket. Just click on create. Don't worry about other options. We will not worry about it. Confirm. We are trying to create a one of the bucket. So that's the main thing. See, we have simply created one of the bucket without any major options. How do we interact with the GCS? We will try to understand it in a GCS in a very detailed way. Okay, this topic is there, guys. Don't worry about it. Google Cloud Storage topic is there. We are going to understand in a very detailed way. But to give you how one can able to interact with one of the services, I can show you like this. So I created a one of the bucket. So you go back and you see earlier we have total 6 buckets. Now you see there are one more bucket, that is 7 buckets are there. So this is how one can able to do it. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, they can do it via console. That is proven. That is, we have seen how to list out the buckets and this entire thing that we have seen. In addition to that, you can do many things also, just to give you a small idea, because don't want it to scare you today, letting know all the things, right? In our upcoming sessions, we will try to see most of the things. Now, so let us try to do the same activity using the Cloud Shell also. So can anyone tell me where is the Cloud Shell now? I'm going to open it in the new window. Sir, now tell me guys, where is the Cloud Shell button? Just now I have shown you, sir, if you guys remember. So this is where we have the Cloud Shell button, right? So top right corner, correct, top right corner. So here you have a activate Cloud Shell button. Just click on this one. The moment you hit the button, so at the bottom, the Cloud Shell terminal is getting activated, you see. Cloud Shell terminal is getting activated. It is asking for the authorization. Just provide the authorization. It is asking for you to provide the authorization. Provide it. Now you see. So this is where is the Cloud Shell terminal. Sir, do we have to move it up and down all the time? It is your choice. If you wanted to move this entire thing in the next window also, you can open it in the new window. Okay, so if you think that it is very small, if you wanted to open it in the new window also, you can do that. Just click on this button so that it gets opened in the new window. Click on authorize, click on authorize, and see here the entire thing is opened here in the new window. Perfect, right? So you can close it here. You can close it here. Sir, if you remember, we created a bucket we listed down all the buckets. We have totally 7 buckets are there. Sir, I wanted to list out all the buckets from the Cloud Shell. Sir, what I have to do? Tell me guys, what we have to do to list out all the buckets from the Cloud Shell? From the Cloud Shell, if I wanted to list out all the buckets, what we have to do? Sir, we have to write a command for it, because Cloud Shell is what, sir? It is not a graphical user interface. It is a command line interface. What is this one, sir? It is a command line interface to interact with the GCP services. That means you have to write a command to interact with the any of the service. So for example, sir, I wanted to list out the buckets. Don't worry about the commands we are going to see in the upcoming sessions, but try to understand gsutil ls, gsutil ls. So the moment you hit the button, so you are going to list out all the buckets now. See, so see here, total buckets you are able to list out it. So total 7 buckets. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, total 7 buckets you are able to list out it. So with a simple command called gsutil ls. Don't worry about these commands, guys. So using the Cloud Shell, so gsutil you have it here. We are going to see all of these things in a very detailed. We have a detailed session on the GCS. We are going to learn there. But to give you some idea how we are doing it using the Cloud Shell, what is the capability of the Cloud Shell, we are understanding it now. Okay, sir, similarly, I wanted to create a bucket, sir. Similarly, I wanted to create a bucket gsutil mb, nothing but a make bucket, mb make bucket. The bucket name I wanted to create as, sir, earlier we created a test bucket 2 using the Cloud Shell 100. So 100 is our simple number. So to recognize the bucket easily, so gs colon slash slash test bucket 2 shell 100 I have given. I am going to hit the button. I'm going to click on enter so that it is creating the bucket, you see. So that means that I have created one of the bucket using the Cloud Shell also. Sir, I have created a bucket using the Cloud Shell also, you see here. So that means if I refresh this button, it should be 8 now. So you have a refresh button here, click on it. So look at here, guys, there is a one more bucket created. If you select all, so you have total 8 buckets. Earlier, for the first time, it was only 6 buckets are there. We have created 2 more buckets additionally, such as bucket 1, bucket 2. Test bucket 1, bucket 2. One is using the console, one more is using the Cloud Shell. So this is how one can able to interact with the GCP services. One can able to interact with the GCP services using the console, also using the Cloud Shell. Also using the Cloud Shell. We can also do these activities. Okay, so this is one. Anyone have any questions so far? So let me give you a 1-minute break so that if anyone have any questions, you can ask me. Please tell me, guys, if anyone have any questions. Please tell me, guys, if anyone have any questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this course, is it weekend or weekdays? The
No,
course.
it's a weekdays only.
Or is it
I
weekdays?
yes, Monday to Friday. Yeah, only the demo sessions are Saturday, Sunday, but the sessions are weekdays only.
The timing is weekdays?
Same time, same
Oh,
time.
okay. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So I will talk about all the course details by the end of this session, guys, one more time so that you guys get comfortable. So if someone don't know about it, I will also talk about it. So now I hope you guys are okay on the console and Cloud Shell. You got some idea. You got some idea on the console as well as Cloud Shell. Let me talk about the third way of interacting with the GCP services, that is called as a SDK. The third way of interacting with the services is a SDK, sir. Sir, what is SDK? Can anyone guess it, sir? What is SDK? Anyone have any guesses on what is SDK?
Software development kit.
Yes. Sir, SDK is nothing but a software development kit. Sir, it is a software development kit. Sir, what is this one and how do we interact with the GCP services using the SDK? Let us try to understand. First thing, sir, SDK is not available over the web. Sir, it is not available over the web. Sir, where it will be available? Sir, you have to download it and install it on top of your local machine. So, sir, SDK is not available over the web. So you have to download it. So that's the reason I call it as a local based. It is local based. Why I am calling it a local based? Because according to your operating system, you have to download the SDK and install the SDK and do the login to the Google Cloud platform. So this is something that we have to do. This is something that we have to do, sir. Sir, SDK is a software development kit which is available over the local machine. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services from the local machine, that's where they can able to use this one. So interact with the GCP services via command lines only, because it is also a command line tool. You have to interact with the command line tool only because the software development kit is a CLI, command line interface. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via commands from local machine, so this is where from local machine, if you wanted to interact with it, that's where you have to use this one, guys. That's where you can use SDK. What is SDK, sir? It is a local based. It is a local based command line interface to interact with the GCP services from the local machine. To interact with the GCP services. To do that, what we have to do, sir, if you ask me, we have to download the SDK from the local, so you have to download the SDK and install the SDK on top of your local machine and log into the Google Cloud platform. So that is what we have to do. Okay, sir, how do we do that? Then we will see this demos, the same demo we will try to see that. First, we will try to see this one and we will try to see this demo also, guys. First, we will try to focus on how we can able to do this. Okay, first we will try to see how to download it. This option we will try to see, sir, because we do not know this one. Sir, how do we do this option? We will try to see first. Sir, how do we download it and install it on top of the local machine and then log in? So download this SDK, to download this SDK in the notes also I have mentioned. So install the SDK on top of the local machine. You have a link here, install SDK. So once you enroll for the course, you will get an access to this link. You copy this link. You copy this link. You go to the browser. You go to the browser and paste it here. Paste it here and hit the enter button. So this is where install the Google Cloud CLI or SDK. So if your machine is a Linux operating system, if your operating system is a Debian, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, macOS, Windows, Chromebook, whatever the operating system you have, you can able to download the SDK or CLI and install it on top of your local machine. Then log into the Google Cloud platform and interact with the GCP services via commands. So that is what. So how do we do it? For example, most of our systems are Windows operating systems, or I select Windows here and download the Google Cloud CLI. So just click on this, hit the enter button. So you should try to focus on hit here because it is hardly 200 KB only. It will download it very fast. So just click on this one so that you see it is installed, downloaded. Sorry, it is downloaded. The Google Cloud CLI is downloaded. It is just hardly 261 KB. Okay, once it is downloaded, you open this one. You open that in the download folder. You have here it is. So you already know how to install it in your system. Just double click on it. The moment you double click on it, this is how the window opens for you. Click on next, click on agree, click on next, click on next, click on install. That's it. That's it, guys. Just click on install. Just double click on it, and whatever the option it is asking, next, 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 and install. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes for you to install it. Once the installation is completed, you can able to interact with the GCP services after the login. So how do we do it, sir? We first download it, then double click on it, and the the window opens like this one. And then you click on the next, next, next. Then click on the install finally, so that it gets installed on top of your local machine. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes. Once it is installed, sir, once it is installed, you can just click on this Windows button and search for SDK. See, the moment you search for SDK, you see Google Cloud SDK shell, which is installed already. So this is how, the moment you open that, so this is how it is a cloud shells. It is like a shell environment, again, command line tool only, right? So it is a command line interface only. So that's the reason the commands gets open. So what we have done, we have, according to my operating system, I have downloaded it and installed it, and I need to do the login. So you go to the login, you have to do it to the login. You have to do the login to your Google Cloud platform. How do we do that Google Cloud platform? How do we do the login, sir? The simple command is gcloud auth login. The command is this one, sir. So the command is gcloud auth login. So if one wanted to log into the Google Cloud platform from the command line tools, they can use a command called gcloud auth login. So this is what is a command. So the moment you clicked on this command, sorry, you enter this one. So the moment you enter this one, it will go to the browser for the login purpose. So it will ask for you to choose the account. This is what is my account. And sign into the Google Cloud SDK? Yes. And you want it to allow? Yes. So the moment you click on allow, you are now authenticated with the Google Cloud CLI. So that means here you are. So now you are authenticated with the GCLI. Okay, so this is what my project is selected, a different project. Let me change the project, guys. The project was selected differently, but let me change the project. Our project is this one, my project. This is the project ID. Don't worry about it. I will talk about it in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so G Cloud config set project. So I'm just changing the project now. That's it. So I will try to clear the screen, CLS to clear the screen. So now, sir, if you guys remember, we are learning about the SDK. SDK is a software development kit which is available over the local machine. Sir, what is a software development kit? Sir, software development kit is a local based. It is a local based. According to your operating system, we have to download it, install it, and do the login. So now let us try to focus on how to list out the buckets and create a bucket. This is a demo that we were planning to do it, right? So let us try to do this demo. So to do that, sir, I wanted to list out the all the buckets. So what was the command that we have used in the Cloud Shell? Can anyone tell me if you guys remember? What was the command that we have used?
gsutil ls.
Correct. gsutil ls. The commands are same. The commands are same. That's the reason I have asked you guys. The commands are same. gsutil ls. Whether it is a Cloud Shell or a Cloud SDK, the commands are same. Just click on enter. You should be able to see because you already logged into the Google Cloud Platform. You see, you are able to list out all the buckets. These are the two buckets. If you see here, 100. These are the two buckets that we have created using the one is console, one more is Cloud Shell. Sir, can I be able to create a bucket also? What was the command, sir? If you guys remember, anyone, please.
gsutil mb bucket name.
MB, yes. So gsutil mb. What is gsutil? If you ask me, it is a utility. It is a command line utility to interact with the GCS via command line interfaces. So we will see that. But MB, sir, MB is nothing but a make bucket. Sir, I wanted to create a bucket gs:// the bucket name I wanted it to be test bucket 3 bkt3, and this is a SDK. I mentioned SDK 100. I'm going to mention it as a 100. Just click on enter button. Just click on enter button. You see guys, the bucket was created. Sir, if you look at gsutil ls, you should be able to see one more bucket here. See, SDK. Earlier you do not have that bucket SDK 100. Now you have created a one more bucket. Sir, I wanted to check out the same thing in the here also. So far we have 8 only. If I try to refresh it, see one more bucket is came. So 3 buckets. Bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3. Test bucket 1, test bucket 2, test bucket 3. One is console, one more is Cloud Shell, one more is Cloud SDK. So this is how one can able to interact with the GCP services via console, the Cloud Shell and Cloud SDK. Okay, so these are the 3 important methods that everyone must know. If you are wanted to become a GCP data engineer, you must know all of these 3 data interfaces. Interacting methods, these are the main 3 interacting methods to interact with the GCP services. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
And one more thing, there is a one more way to interact with the GCP services that is very rarely we do it, but that is also one thing that I wanted to cover. Sometimes to interact with the GCP services, which we are going to cover in our upcoming sessions also, you can actually do it via APIs. Okay, so what is API? API is like a simple way to showcase your data. So Google Cloud Platform will provide a way to showcase your data to the outside world. So one can able to showcase your data via API. So every company, every application, every service, every product, every tool will have a simple way of showcasing their internal activity to the outside world via API. Nothing but API is a way to showcase the data to the outside world. API is one of the application programming interface to you know express the data to the in terms of the APIs. So I wanted to share my data to the one more company. How can I do that? I can share a file or I can share some kind of a drive link or something. But instead, APIs or a one more way that people use it, that is application programming interfaces. So if one wanted to interact with the GCP services, people can able to interact with the GCP services via APIs also using the client libraries. Nothing but Python, Java, sorry, Java or Node.js, PHP or many other languages that you can able to use to interact with it. So that means if I wanted to interact with the GCP services, I can also do it via APIs. Not only this one, you can also use other APIs also, where maybe for GCS, BigQuery, all of those things, so that one can able to use these programming languages to interact with the GCP services via APIs. via API. So this is also one more method. So that is what is our fourth method. So that is what is our fourth method. So this is also we can do that, guys. Okay, so this is also we can do that. This is a what we call it as a fourth method to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so for example, sir, how do we do that? So I wanted to create a bucket GCS with the Python. For example, you wanted to create a bucket using the Python. Okay, so you wanted to interact. So Python client for GCS. So client library, right? Python client for Google Cloud Storage. So you have plenty of the things. Maybe where is that? Okay, so somewhere the command should be there. And no, it's going to the direct one. But let's see. Setup authorization, somewhere they mention any kind of a documentation. No, or let's not go to this one. Maybe client storage client libraries. Maybe let's go here. Yeah, perfect. Getting started. See here. So one can able to interact with the Google Cloud Storage which we have created, right? So maybe I can show you even more also. Maybe creating buckets. So just click on creating buckets. So we have created a bucket, if you guys remember, using the console, using the command line tool. Command line tool. This was one of the command we have used at GSUTLMB also we have created. We can also use this one also. And the client libraries I was talking about, C++, C#, Go, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python. So this is a simple function one can able to create a bucket using this one. You Ruby. And one can able to interact with the GCS using the Terraform and REST API. So these are the multiple ways to interact with the. So that's the reason I usually call it as a third-party tools. Third-party tools. We call it as a third-party tools. Okay, APIs and third-party tools also you can able to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so in our upcoming sessions we are going to see how one can able to interact with the client libraries Python also we are going to see. But just wanted to show that this is a fourth method is available. Okay, this is a fourth method is available. I hope this is clear. Okay, so just wanted to stop the here for a bit. So if anyone have any questions you can ask me. If anyone have any questions you can please ask me. So we have seen how to interact with the GCP services, guys. We have seen console, the cloud shell, the cloud SDK, and APIs and third-party tools are the client libraries that we have seen. Tell me, guys, if anyone have any question. Don't take any notes. You have everything in the notes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. Tell me, guys. Any questions? Anyone, please.
Yes, sir. I have a question, please.
Yes, please.
You know, in the real time or in a production, how
Yeah.
do you interact with GCS services? Is it through Terraform or GUI or how?
It depends. It depends. Most of the times they use an automation methods only. When in the production environment, so user interaction will be very less and the automation will be very high. You have to understand, sir, when we are moving from the lower environments to the higher environments, the lower environments is dev, for example. Maybe the test some people will have. Some people will also have production, non-production, and people will also have production. So these are, we call it as a lower environments. So the production is a higher environment. So the moment you are moving it from the lower environment to the higher environment, the interaction of the user interaction will be very less. Okay, so the automation will be very high. Automation, this is automation is very high using the automated tools or orchestration tools. So here in the development environment, you may be creating a bucket using the user interface, but in the production environment, you rarely create the bucket using the user interface. You automate it using the uh, different methods. There are different methods are there. People use client libraries or GSUtil commands, or maybe for Terraform or different ways they can able to use it. Okay, but when you are in the dev, you can also go for all the methods. You wanted to do it manually also, you can do it here. So that's how the automation will be very high. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions, anyone, please? So these are the main three or four interaction methods that we have seen, guys, which is very, very important. As per our agenda today, we have seen what is what is this GCP, and how to interact with the console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK. So all the three methods in a very detail we have seen. Okay, yeah. Any questions, anyone, please? So let me gonna just give you high level course curriculum so that you can able to see everything on the single page. It gives you some idea, guys. From tomorrow onwards, the regular sessions are starting. Just wanted to tell you, tomorrow onwards, the regular sessions are starting. That means those who wanted to continue with the sessions, please, you have to enroll for the course. Enroll for the course. You have to enroll for the course. Okay, so those who wanted to attend the regular sessions, you have to enroll it. So the moment you enroll it, you get a Zoom session to attend the daily live sessions, and you will also get an access to the recordings, and you will also get a my notes. Whatever you are guys are seeing, right? The notes material access will also be provided. Okay, so those who wanted to attend it to the regular sessions, so please try to enroll for the session. Okay, because before that, tomorrow's I try to do it today itself, because tomorrow morning only we have the sessions, right? So to avoid the any interruption, you try to do it in the first half or second half today itself. Okay, so that once you enroll it, you make sure that you got the Zoom link to attend the sessions live, because the Zoom session is going to be changing. The Zoom link will change from tomorrow onwards. You are going to get the recordings access, you are going to get the notes access also. This is something that you have to do it by tomorrow. Okay, make sure that, otherwise you may miss the 1 or 2 sessions. If you wanted to do it later, you may miss one of the 2 sessions. Try to complete the enrollment today itself. I suggest you to do that. Now back to that course curriculum. Sir, if you ask me, the course curriculum, we are going to cover these topics, guys. First thing, we are going to start with the cloud basics. We are going to start with the cloud basics, where we are going to talk about cloud overview, GCP introduction, and GCP interfaces that we are seeing already. Locations and IAM and admin, we will talk about that later. And then, okay, so the sequence is not same. The sequence may not be same, guys. I start this topic and that topic according to the requirement and according to the ease of learning. I try to start one service here, one programming here, one service here, one programming, so that it becomes easy for you to do that. Okay, now the second one that we are going to see is that this one, sir. Programming interfaces. Linux we are learning, Python for data engineers we are learning, PySpark we are learning, Apache Beam also we are learning. So all of these topics we are learning. And then, sir, we are also learning about these things. Sir, we are learning about these things. Why happened? Yeah. So we are learning the GCS, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, Data Fusion, Airflow, PubSub, Cloud Functions, Databricks, Terraform, and Bigtable. Terraform and Bigtable is complementary, but all the 10 topics in a very detail we are going to learn it. Okay, so that is it. And the course details, when it comes to the course details, the timings is different. Okay, let me gonna talk about these timings first. The timings is 7:30 to 8:30, sir, please. What happened here? Yeah, 7:30 to this same time, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. IST. So Indian Standard Time we are following. So in this one, 7:30 to 8:30 is the timing, sir. Our course is GCP Data Engineering. Duration is 2.5 plus months. Timings, recordings are provided, resume templates are provided, interview questions are provided, certification dumps are provided, material is provided, and above case studies also we are covering. Let me gonna show you this above case studies. All of these case studies and projects also we are covering. I am building one of the end-to-end project also. I will try to give it to you guys. So that will be an end-to-end. I am just putting effort and trying to create one end-to-end real-time engineering with use cases and all of those things. I'm just putting it out. That will also be added. But already end-to-end patch pipelines you can see here, guys. Two BigQuery case studies, how the analytics will be done in the BigQuery, that is covered. Two case studies and one end-to-end batch pipeline in the Dataproc. These pipelines are industry standard pipelines. I'll show you one of the thing. Case study 2, you look at here. These are industry standard pipelines, guys. I'm telling you. You will be having data validation steps. You will be having data transformations, data architecture, logging and monitoring, error handling, everything. So which you are going to focus on in the companies, the real time industry standard focus we are going to focus on. We don't want it to just randomly create, read data, extract data, transform it. No, no, no. Reading, extracting is very easy, but how do you create an idempotent, similarly orchestrated pipeline end to end with all of these scenarios, with the testing as well as login and error handling and everything, which is very, very important. So which we are focusing on such a kind of a thing. When I say end to end pipeline, that will be having all of those things. Similarly, two case studies and one end to end streaming pipeline, one batch pipeline, one streaming pipeline, four end-to-end DAGs in the Airflow to orchestrate all of the things in the Airflow using these jobs. We are going to orchestrate it here using the Airflow. Two case studies and streaming and autoloader, one end-to-end workflow in the Databricks. So Databricks also covering one end-to-end workflow in the Databricks. So this is an entire course curriculum, guys, we are covering. Now tell me, guys, if anyone have any questions. Okay, whatever I had to tell you now, I have told you. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me now.
Yes, sir. I have a
We
question, please.
Yes, please. 1
The,
minute, guys. Yeah, yes, please.
yeah,
Yes, please. Go ahead.
the prerequisite for this course.
Prerequisite is SQL. I told you yesterday also, the prerequisite for the course is SQL basics, guys. If you have a SQL basics, that is more than enough. The prerequisite for the course is that, sir, this is prerequisite. So you need to have a basic knowledge on the SQL development and everything we are going to cover. Basic knowledge on the SQL is the prerequisite. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect. Any other questions, anyone?
Oh.
Sir, do we also deal with unstructured data?
Of course. Of unstructured means the array kind of a data, right? So such kind of things you're talking about, right?
Right, maybe
Yeah.
Facebook data or anything, a kind of a real scenario how we have to deal with unstructured data. But
Yes.
usually in real time, we come across structured or most of the time semi-structured. But any kind of examples that you will share on unstructured data handling
So
as well?
mostly as a data engineer who work on the complex topics is arrays only, arrays and struct and all of those things. We are having a one of the examples for these things also. How do you work with the string data, array data, list kind of data? All of those things are there. But if you are looking specifically for video files, audio files, that we are not covering. Okay. Yeah. Complex arrays we are covering. Yes.
Okay, fine.
We are not covering here Kubernetes, no?
Kubernetes, no, guys. So this is more of a GCP data engineering course, not Kubernetes. So it is not covered here. That is comes under the DevOps course. Yeah.
Okay. And in this data bricks part, how much depth we will clear?
So almost depth, because I hope you guys already know that. Maybe I can show you what are the topics that are covered in the database so that you will get to know. You will ask, you will only say me that everything is covered. Okay. So module 1, lakehouse architecture, difference between introduction to the Databricks and setting up the Databricks on the Google Cloud platform. Okay. And Unity Catalog, all the topics related to the Unity Catalog. What is Unity Catalog? What are the core components of the Unity Catalog? External data access, lakehouse federated. This is examples. And the modules, cluster. What is clusters? How do we create the clusters? Notebooks, DB utility commands. Introduction to the Delta Lake. What is Delta Lake? Creating the Delta Lake tables, managed and external. And what will happen when you create a Delta Lake tables? Advanced features of the Delta Lake: versioning, time travel, compacting, indexing, and vacuum. And structured streaming with a Databricks. We take a streaming use case, one of the streaming use case I was talking about, right? One of the streaming use case, we try to see it and create a structured streaming use case. Reading, writing, initializing the streaming, and all of those things, output methods and storage methods, trigger modes. Incremental auto loading, data loading with the help of the auto loader. Auto loader, one of the use case we are covering to ingest the incremental files from the cloud storage locations. That is also covered. And workflows. Databricks workflows, creating a job, all of these workflows, a sample job we will create it, and there using these workflows we are creating an end-to-end project also, a workflow project, end-to-end, using the SCD type 2. I'm planning SCD type 2. With the help of that we are going to have end-to-end project in the Databricks with the help of the medallion architecture, bronze, silver, and all. And a delta lake tables, sorry, delta live tables also, DLT. So one of the use case in the DLT, which I have added recently. Yesterday, I think last batch, one of the guy asked me, sir, people are asking the DLT in the interviews. So I have added one of the use case for the DLT also. So end-to-end DLT pipeline also we are covering. Okay.
Okay.
Everything. See, whatever you are looking for Databricks, everything is covered, isn't it? Because I work at Databricks. Okay. Yeah. Yes, any other questions, anyone, please?
Yeah, hi, this is Shashidhar.
Yes, Shashidhar.
Since I'm coming from production support background, so I don't know, so technical, technical. So since we don't have any SQL knowledge also for that, since we can survive this after ending this project, can we survive this real time?
Our main agenda is that you need to become a GCP data engineer, which is a more of a developer role only. Okay, so that means at your role when you are working as a support engineer, right? When you are working as a support engineer, the package and the demand for you is very less. When you are not only for this one, testing, mainframe support people, the demand as well as the hike will be very less. What this course gives you is that it adds the demand for you by making you as a GCP data engineer, one thing. And I'm telling you, I'll go to your question also. And demand as well as package will be hiked first for sure. And you will be in the trending technology. That means you go outside for after 2 years, or I have learned today, I got the job, but after 2 years, can I go for one more job? My package will be in trending. Yes, of course, you will be in the trending, because data engineering is the foundation for many things. Data engineering was there 30 years before, will also be there 30 years after also. Data engineering is a foundation. Highly paid jobs in the data engineering, many people get the highly paid job in the data engineering. So to give you, sir, if you are looking for this many years of future, okay, if you wanted to get that much of benefits for your future for next 15 years, I don't want it to touch anyone. I don't have to worry about anything. If you think that, you need to focus on first SQL. Okay, if you learn these basics, everything I am going to cover in terms of the development. And Python, don't worry, I am covering. PySpark, I am covering. Beam, I am covering. Pipelines, how to create, I am covering. And orchestrations, how I'm creating. So everything I'm going to create. Only thing I'm expected from you is that whoever don't know the SQL, sit for like 3 to 4 days or 1 week maybe. Because once you learn these basics, you are ready for rest of the activities. Okay, so if you think that this is my future and I do only have one option, that point of time you will think about it and you will start learning. Even though you do not know the SQL knowledge also, this is very much important for me for your future. Think like this is going to be your future and start learning it for sure. There's no option for you to unlearn, right? So only one option is to learn. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Can we add this in data engineer like in a resume after
Of course.
Yeah.
So after 2.5 months, you are my course plan. Most of the students, sir, I'm telling you, my personal students, totally 265 plus, still counting, got placed, guys, from the last 8 months. Okay, I have totally done 65 plus batches. The formula is very simple. 65 plus batches. The formula is very simple. I was the only one who actually started the GCP data engineering in 2.5 years before, which no one knows about the GCP at all in the, even throughout the India also. You rarely find people who got 4+ years of experience in the GCP data engineering. I was the one. Okay, so now let me tell you, the formula is very simple. You attend a daily 1 hour session for next 2.5 to 3 months. It will take 2.5 to 3 months. Allow me for that. And once you are, while you are learning it, a daily 1 hour for the live session, 20 minutes to 30 minutes for the practice. So live session daily 1 hour and practice daily. Okay, practice session 20 to 30 minutes. If you do it, and then what you have to do is that do the same activity for the 2.5 months. Once the 2.5 months is completed, whether it is 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, 4, 5, your current experience, I'm talking about 8, 10, you just have to put last 2 years. 2 last years I worked on the GCP, and whatever I am going to give you the resume templates, you create your GCP resume like that and go for the interview. You get a plenty of the calls. At least you get 20 calls, guys. At least some different companies, 20 calls you get it. At least if you got one opportunity also, you will be in the dream job. Okay, so this is what is a simple. So last 2 years or last 2.5 years also you can put it. Some people put 2, some people put 2.5. So who is having more experience, they put 3 years also. That's fine. Until 3 years of experience guy who worked on the GCP, I am going to deliver that much amount of a knowledge in the course. Okay, you can able to easily justify, you can able to easily explain the projects also in the interview. Cool.
Yeah. Currently, I'm in bench period.
Okay.
Bench period. So in my resume, I kept 3 years, last 3 years of I working in GCP like that. So to be frank, I'm getting 15 to 20 calls daily.
See guys, I know that, I'm telling you. See the number, how did I tell you the market? Because every day my students will call me, sir. Sometimes I'm putting my phone to the shutdown mode because I'm getting that much calls. So one of the guy got 6 offer letters and still he is getting the call, sir. Nowadays putting my I go to the resume, I deleted my resume in the Naukri also, because sir, I've got from the, that guy got 6 offer letter recently. One of the guy got 4 offer letters recently only. Ganesh, I think, even he messaged me also. Ganesh, sir, his package was 5 and he entered into 14 and he's scared now. He is getting scared, sir. Now I can, if I attend one more interview also, I can crack it. I know that, sir. Our course is very good, you have streamlined it. So everything, because we put everything in the course, you see, interviews, introduction, it is like a spoon feeding, guys. I'm telling you, it is like a spoon feeding to you, telling you each and every topic. That's how I teach. That's what I teach, like your friend. So if your friend is in front of you and teaching you, that's how I teach it. Sir, everything we mentioned, this guy told me, sir, now I scared if I try to attend one more interview, I crack it, no problem. But my package will also increase 16, 17. But I don't know, sir, whether I'm able to justify 17 lakhs of experience. I myself getting scared because from the last 3 years, I'm only getting the 3.5 LPA. All of a sudden, if I get 17 LPA and if I'm not able to do the little work, I'm not able to do the work properly, then I will be in a bad shape. So that's the reason, sir, I'm not able to attend the 5th interview. Every time I say I got offer letter, I'm joining company and all. So that's how the companies and demand is there for the GCP data engineer. For sure, you are going to get the 20 calls. Just remember me, 20 calls, at least one offer letter. But I suggest my students get for 2 offer letters. Always 2 offer letters. One is for the first package, second is for hiking your package. If your package, this guy got 5 and first package he got is 9, then he went to the 11. So this is where the second package, see, second package is always more than the first, which will help you to, not only get the, this is something that you're changing your company. This is when you got a very good demand, or when you learn a demanding skill, your package will keep on increases when you get offers, right? So that's all. So always go for 2 offer letters out of 20 calls. With the help of the course, I'm telling you, cracking the 20 offers is not a difficult task at all. With my course, I'm telling you, very, very streamlined spoon feeding course, I would say this course is. Okay, yeah. Any questions, anyone?
Yeah, that's what I don't want to go blindly without knowledging this. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
putting my resume today, and after 2.5 months like that, is it fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Of course. That's a very good plan. Very good plan. So always learn it, guys. See, getting the job is not important. See, I'm telling you, some people think that, sir, getting the job is important for me. No, 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 no. Getting the job. My course is also does not focus on getting the job. If I have to uh, tell you to how to crack the job, I don't have to tell you this much of practical things and all. I just have to focus on one simple project and explain you. You go and explain the same thing. They will ask some interview questions. I have to give you some 1,000 questions. You will practice and you go for the job and you get the job. That is not the important. Survive in the company. Survive in the company is important. Okay, how do you survive? When you already have a plenty of lab sessions or work experience, then only you will survive. So if you wanted to get that lab sessions or working experience, that will only happen when you cover everything in the course. So that's the reason my already told you 80 by 20 theoretical things we cover 20%, practical labs we are going to cover 80%. So everything we are going to cover, you have to practice. That's the reason I mentioned here 1 hour for 1 hour for live sessions, 1 hour 20 minutes to 30 minutes is for practice. If you're doing this for 3 months, right, no way that you can get only 2 offers or 3 offers. You can plan for 3 to 4 offer letters arams. Okay, yeah, confidently you should be there. Even though some of areas, I would tell you one thing, some people think that, sir, some topic I'm not able to understand. If you are able to understand each and every topic, that means a 10th class boy can also do the same work. Why you required there? So if you are understanding all the topics, some people say, sir, this course, so out of 10 topics I can understand 8 topics, sir, very good, no problem. 8 topics I can understand it, sir. Rest of the 2 topics I am not able to understand. If you understand every topic easily, then I can teach the same course to the 10th class boy and they can also go for the job. No, no, no. So for your age, for your maturity, some of the topics are little difficult. Some of the topics are little easy. Some of the topics are little complex. So we have to put effort to start learning it. That's the maturity says, right? That's the age and maturity says is that every course will have a easy topics, will have a medium topics, will have a complex topics. Put effort and learn it so that that makes you different from the others. The moment you focus on complex and understand it even more better, in the interview, you will be having a plus point compared to the others. So that is what you have to do. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Hi sir, good morning.
Yes,
I,
Dinesh.
I
Yes,
have
good morning.
also a same query. I am also work as a technical support engineer. So
Okay.
I don't have any knowledge about cloud. So
Okay.
can I also uh, become a master in this course? Yeah, or cloud knowledge is required for this?
No, I am going to teach the everything from the basic. Hitesh, I'm telling you, after 2.5 months, you are going to becoming a little bit expert on the Google Cloud platform on your own. Okay, because that's how I teach it. I'll make sure that, see, today, do you think that before coming to the session, you do not know what is Google Cloud platform, how to interact it? Do you now know what is Google Cloud platform and how to interact it? The same way, day by day, day by day, day by day, you are going to move towards a GCP data engineer position. So that's how you are becoming day by day close to the GCP data engineering position. That's how I teach it. You trust me on the course because I've been teaching it from 2.5 years. Many people we have lives, we have changed it. I personally, I'd say, and even my brothers, my friends, I pulled them whether they were working on a different areas, not able to get the enough package. I pulled them into the GCP data engineering. I made them GCP data engineers. Okay, so that's how.
Okay,
Make sure that you properly practice. If you are practicing it, 2.5 months enough for you to crack the job easily, and you get an expert also. Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Yes. Just only remember me that this guy has changed my life, and I'll help my friends and others also know about the course so that they will attend also the course. That's the only thing. If you get a job, if you properly learn it, do that thing for me. That's it. Yeah, make me grow.
Sure.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Hello,
Okay. Yes, Krishna.
Krishna here. If if someone is already getting higher package in
Yes.
some uh, let's think about me. I'm already getting higher package.
Hmm.
Uh, so I'm a 6 years experience in
Okay.
Oracle PLSQL developer.
Okay.
Okay. So now I will keep this 2 years as a GCP and other 4 years as a
PLSQL
Oracle
developer.
PLSQL.
Developer. Yes.
Then if I join some other company as a
Hmm.
GCP,
Hmm.
they will treat me as a complete 6 years as a 6 years GCP engineer,
No.
or else they'll give
No.
me
No. No.
some lead role so that I cannot work
So
because now I'm
you tell
working
me.
as
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
You.
expert in this Oracle PLSQL.
Yes. I understand that. Krishna,
Uh,
I understand that. So what is your package as a 6 LP? 6 years. 6 years. Sorry.
Now I'm getting 25.
25. Perfect. Okay. So I'm telling you one thing. The moment you go for the one more job, your experience is
6 years.
changes. Yeah, your experience is related to your package. So now you are
Yes.
getting the package. But the
Yeah.
moment you go for the GCP data engineer, they ask you how many years of a GCP data engineering experience you have. You mentioned 2 years, and then
Yes.
they'll ask you the questions in regarding to that, and then they will ask about your package, and at least 30 to 40% for sure you are going to get the changes. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
25 lakhs LPA. One of the guy from the 4 years who was earning 12 LPA. Actually, for 4 years, usually in the market is 12 LPA. For
Okay.
4 years,
Okay.
he directly went to the 27 LPA with our course.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
with our course, he went. So there is
Just
a
asking.
demand.
He is
Yeah.
able to work, right? That's
He
why.
sh- End of the day, if you think that you do not have an option,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? End of the day, you
We
think that
have
you
to
do not
work.
have an
We
option.
will
You
work
have to.
and we will use our
Right.
hands and legs to.
That's all. So, what level of effort you have to put it there will
Yes.
totally depend on what effort you are putting in your course now,
Yes. Yes.
right? So, if you are putting a lot of effort here learning, then less effort has to be. So, this guy actually called me, and this guy I have to talk about it. His age is around 27. His brother's age is 29. He has a brother also. He's a elder brother. He got the job, and he actually called, his name is actually Hari Prasad, and his brother is Lokesh was actually getting less package than this guy, because the
Yeah.
elder brother. And he actually again called me, sir, my brother got the job from your course, and he actually referred me, and now he is getting 27. I am only getting 11 LPA, 12 LPA. Tell me how do I get the job? And he
Yeah.
called me, he attended the course, and he also got, he may not be able to get secure 27, but now he is around some 19 or 18, I don't remember it, from the 11 to the
Okay.
18 event. So that's how, from for both of the brothers, this course was actually help him. They call me every day and say that yesterday also they called me, sir, you have to come to my home. The only thing is that effort. If you start putting the effort,
Yes.
this number will always changes. I'm telling you, 35, 40 also. Highest package from the course was 41. Highest package from the course was 41. I have seen that guy experience was 7+ years.
Okay.
7+years. 7 or I don't know, 8+, I don't remember it. He went as a lead engineer.
Okay.
Okay, he went as a lead engineer. Yeah. So this is
Thank
how it happens. Yeah.
you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure, sure. Any other questions, anyone, guys? There's a demand outside, guys. The only thing is that get as much as package and help the poor people. That is the only thing in India we can do it. So get as much as package and work, and try to help the others, try to help the poor.
And I
Yeah.
have one more question. Is it useful for freshers?
Freshers also
Many
nowadays,
freshers are calling me to
actually.
get the job.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh,
Nowadays, what happening is that DevOps and all of those roles are not for data, or not for the freshers, but data engineering is for freshers. In my own company, there is one of the guys who is working under me as a junior data engineer.
okay.
Okay, so this course is for freshers also, guys. I'm telling you, very good. Very, instead of learning, a full stack developments, all of those things, you be in the market, and the moment you joining as a data engineer, GCP data engineer, maybe like it takes 5 months or 4 months. After that, after 3 to 4 years, you can aram se move to the ML or AI, because that much level of this guy is joining as a 23 years fresher only, right? And he has a very bright future moving to the ML and AI at the time of 27, 20 years age. Then he can be an expert in that area. Okay, because
Okay.
data engineering is a foundation. He can go to the ML and AI. Very, very good future for those people who actually starts their career as a data engineers.
For
Okay.
freshers also, we are getting calls, right?
Yes, freshers also you get less calls compared to the experience. I don't want it to fake it, but freshers has to be little bit patient. However, they are patient in other companies also, whether it is
Yeah,
application
yeah.
development, Python also. Similarly, the same focus. You get calls, but less calls. Yes,
Okay. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
sure.
Hi, sir. One last question, please.
Yes, please.
So while searching courses, right, day before yesterday, I think day before
Yes.
yesterday, I've seen in one of the institute,
Okay.
that is ADROC or something.
Okay.
So they told me as a GCP is now shutting so laying off soon, so it's not
No,
compared
no.
to Azure, AWS is not going to.
No, 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 no. See, I don't know why they talk about in other courses about the GCP very less. I'm not sure. Successfully ran 65 batches from the last 2 years. Almost 1,200 people I have delivered. In corporate trainings, almost 10 plus corporate trainings in the last 5 months or 6 months I have given for Cognizant and Datamatica, and one in for the Deloitte, and one in for the there is some company I don't remember it. For 4 to 5 companies I give corporate trainings also. And we have seen, when I was in the corporate, that's where I understand the market even more, when I was in the corporate. So that one of the I think I don't remember this company was, I don't remember, Deloitte or Cognizant. They told me the project we are working in the AWS project only. We are using the AWS resources, and we are moving all the AWS products and resources to the GCP. Okay, so all the data resources that they have created in the AWS, they are moving it to the GCP. Now the market is changing into the GCP. Earlier AWS market was somewhere around 36% to 38%. At that point of time GCP was only 10. Now if you go and look at the market for the GCP, it is around 20 plus, around 18, 19, 20 plus. But this market is reduced to the 30 or 28 to 30. So that's how the market is. Here it is 18 to 20. So the market for the GCP is actually increasing day by day for data project, especially for data projects. Okay, so you have a very good future in the GCP. If someone is saying to actually talk about other Azure data engineering and AWS data engineering, they try to pull down the GCP. I don't know why, but this actually they do not know the trend. Actually, if you go outside, some of the data projects in the AWS are moving towards the GCP nowadays, because they are not using the AWS for data engineering. They started using the GCPs. That's how the market for the GCP is increasing day by day. Okay, yeah. So that's how some people, they wanted to get more students. So for them, that right, I can tell you that, right, you get very less calls, you get very huge competition in the AWS, and getting the job is very difficult in the AWS and Azure. Come to the GCP, I'll teach. I can tell you many things, but the thing is that at the end of the day, you have opportunities for AWS, you have opportunities for Azure, you have opportunities for GCP. As GCP is new, GCP is new, most of the people does not know about the GCP, and plenty of opportunities are there. Getting the job compared to the other cloud platforms is little bit easy, little bit easy. It is because that you don't have a competition more in the GCP, because the market is a little bit increasing day by day, right? So it is not saturated. For AWS and Azure, is market is saturated. You get a very huge competition when you go for the job, but that much level of competition you do not have it here. Okay, yeah. Okay.
For
Any other question?
some,
Yes.
yeah, for someone who aspires for a data architect role,
Okay.
who has some understanding on the traditional ETL way of working,
Okay. Yes.
how does this course help?
Yes. Very good question. So it actually happened. Some of the people actually ask me, sir, I can attend your course, but I am now a lead or what we call it as a technical manager. Technical manager. Some people are already leads in the traditional systems or in the traditional projects. How this course is going to be useful for me? So the answer to them is that you are learning about the GCP. You will learn about not only the GCP. When I'm teaching about the GCP, I'm not just teaching a one tool. I'm not teaching one tool. I'm not making you expert in the tool. No, I'm not focusing on that. I try to make your brain or think your brain in such a way that what are the GCP offerings are there? Nothing but what are the solutions that the GCP is offering, and what product or what resources for which use cases we can use it, and how we can use it, and what is the languages programmings that it supports. So end to end we are going to understand it. So the use cases, for example, when I talk about a data lakes GCP, what are the data lake offering for the GCP? That is Google Cloud Storage, data warehousing, BigQuery. So how one can able to create an architecture? So after the end of by the end of this course, and knowledge that I usually ask, the knowledge that you get is that if a one use case is there, how to create a one architecture in the Google Cloud Platform by using the GCP resources. Such a kind of a knowledge you are going to get it by the end of the course. So if you think that, so sir, my use case is streaming use case, I would like to create a streaming end-to-end pipeline. What are the different options are there? How do we create a best plan out of it? So such a kind of a knowledge you are going to get it by the end of the course. This will be very useful for these people. This will be very useful for the tech leads, technical managers, and all of those people, because they wanted to create such kind of a thing. While doing it, so they have to monitor their team who is actually working on the development side. So they have to monitor it. If they get struck also, they have to explain them, this is how it is, this is what is the best practice, this is how. So such kind of things also you are going to learn it, because you are not just learning something, you are just learning, you are practicing, you are implementing, you are making sure that it will be useful for you to create a one more solution or not, you are going to see. So this will give you not only the not only the knowledge for you to get the job, but also for leading a team, but also helping your team to get a best practices, and but also for you to create an architecture end to end. This is a thing that you are going to get it, because almost 3 months I teach it. Mostly we focus on practicals, 80% practicals. When you are looking at the practical, you will get to know that, hey, this is the course and this programming language is very useful for that particular service. And if you start doing the same thing, if you're if I'm leading a team, if you're trying to do the same thing, which will be very useful. And even though the lead engineers nowadays 7 years, 8 years, 10 years also lead engineers, they have to work on the development side also. If you do not work on the development side, you are going to be soon terminated. So that is the reason even nowadays the lead engineers and the technical managers also doing some development work, because if you wanted to do it, you need to have the knowledge. The course is going to be giving you this knowledge. So that's the reason in my PDF I actually says this point only. Maybe if you actually look at my PDF of course curriculum, so that point is clearly mentioned. Okay, SQL development, Apache Beam, DAG creations, and all of these architecture planning. This is what is my plan. Proficient in architecting end-to-end solutions on the GCP, understanding the principle of scalable, reliable, and cost-effective architectures. So such kind of a knowledge you are going to get it. In addition to the SQL development, PySpark development, Apache Beam development, DAG creations, Databricks, and architecture planning and certification readiness. So this is how. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So let's say once if anyone is placed in an organization or if they are
Okay.
working on ground and if they have some queries, what is the kind of support that you would provide in case if any queries are there or post this course
We have a group. So
completion?
we will be having a group, guys. So we will be
Okay,
having a course group. So if we will be having a community, I would say a community that is there in the LinkedIn also. Almost 400 plus members are there in the LinkedIn, and the Telegram is also there. So I will be adding you to these community groups. So you will be into the community group, and so that whenever you guys have any of our questions, right, you can able to ask there, and I'll also be active. Okay, you can able to, I can also respond to that. Most of the people actually respond to it enthusiastically, but even I can also do that. Yeah, so this is very good. And in this
Yeah.
LinkedIn group, right, so many people actually post GCP opportunities. I think, did I show you yesterday or not? I don't think so, right?
No,
So
no.
many people actually post the, so you have a GCP opportunity here. I was actually thrilled when I created this one. I did not get the uh, much response, but recently I see that many people are actually posting here. We have a GCP data engineering. I'm hiring for GCP data engineering on it. So what is my group name? So I can go to the groups. This is my group, sir. I am the owner of the 415 members are there, still counting. So here, if you go, right, so I will be something, you can see here, one of the guy, they are hiring for the GCP data engineers, and what are the experience? See everything we are covering, and you see here. Similarly, this one guy, one more guy, Google Cloud Platform, and you can see 4+ years of experience, and contract positions also they are hiring, all the things that they are covering. And this guy, so people are actually asking for this is also actually pasting the roles and opportunities here, so that you can able to apply for those companies directly. Okay, so that is also, you can actually follow my group. I'll let you know how, I'll add you to that group, guys. Yeah, if you guys wanted to add it now, let me do it. Let me share the link with you guys. I think I forgot the link. 1 minute. This Ganesh Kumar is my student. Okay, this Ganesh Kumar is my student, and he recently actually asked me also. He actually asked me also how I can able to prepare for certification. So where is the groups? And here. So I'm going to share this link in the chat box, guys. You can actually join this group for more details if you wanted to get more details about the course. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. Okay, guys. I hope you guys have your questions answered. I hope you, I will be seeing you in the next session. If you guys wanted to enroll for the course, please connect with an admin, and also they will call you. And you can see here in the admin, I have texted in the chat box also. Get the number, copy that number, please copy that entire chat box, and so that you can connect with an admin, enroll for the course is also very less and easy. Simply you can able to do it. It is hardly few bucks only, and try to enroll for the course, and we will see you in the next class, guys. Okay. Yeah, any questions, anyone, please? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will see in the next session. Thank you all.
Thank you.
We
Okay.
will meet in the next session, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.